Hey, it's Michael Saul, but everybody calls me Tiny, and this video is, has the S&P 500 broken its uptrend? Plus, 2 stocks to watch for this week, and I actually have 3 stocks, but I don't feel like changing the title slide. This is stock market analysis for the week of August 21st, 2017. If you would like to receive intra-week videos from me, go to www.attackthemarkets.com. Put in your first name and your best email address in the spaces provided, hit the Join Me List button, then go to the email you used to sign up to look for a video from me. There'll be a link in there. You have to click it in order for you to confirm that you actually want to receive emails from me. Okay, so let's take a look at the market. First of all, in case, luckily, you haven't been watching the news, and you don't know what's going on, there have been some pretty big issues here in the United States the past week. Riots down in Charlottesville, and a lot of people really pushing back against President Trump. I don't want to make this political, but the big question is whether Trump can come off the ropes now, or whether they are going to push him into either resigning, which I would be completely shocked if he resigned. I don't think that's in President Trump's nature, or if they have him impeached, or they use the 25th Amendment, whatever. There's a lot of stuff swirling all over the place, especially social media, which unfortunately I can't help reading. I stay out of the conversations, but I do like to observe. So it is absolute, no matter what side you're on here, if you're pro-Trump, anti-Trump, it's irrelevant. The point is, this causes instability in confidence in the government, and or in the president at least, and of course that filters down, and therefore it can cause instability and lack of confidence in the market. Now, currently we are in the zigzag pattern down. It's an ABC pattern down. And before I get all Elliott wavy on everybody, let me just reiterate my feelings on Elliott wave. Do I feel it's the magic that the Elliott wave theorists think it is? No, right? It's like, how does an Elliott waver change a light bulb? He holds a light bulb in his hand and waits for the world to revolve around him, right? So, actually, that's one of my favorite jokes. Favorite trading jokes. All right, so, but there's a lot in the fundamentals of Elliott. I lost a lot of respect for Elliott wave when the most quote-unquote famous Elliott waver, I guess except for Ralph Elliott himself, called the market in a correction when the S&P was hitting new highs several years ago. That was the end for me. I'm like, wait a minute, it's a correction, we're at new highs, and it's still a correction? I just don't understand that. And please, save your comments and save the emails about, oh no, you don't understand Elliott wave. Fine, I don't, you're right. But new highs is not a bearish correction. Whatever. So, anyway, new all-time highs, right? Maybe new relative highs if it's, whatever. So, I still like the principles of looking for impulse waves to subdivide into 5 and looking for corrective waves to subdivide into 3 and all that other stuff. And that's about my limit on Elliott wave. But if you look back in charts over history, you will see that pullbacks tend to alternate, and not perfectly, A and B alternate, but they alternate between simple and more complex corrections. Okay, now this is more of a simple complex. I know that's a little crazy, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal to have a zigzag pattern. You see them all over the place all the time. All right, so right now, if we're taking a symmetrical measurement, which is from here to here, and then tacking it onto here, you could see we've already hit that target. Now, this is the S&P. That doesn't mean it's going to stay here. It doesn't mean it has to rally. It has to rally from here. All I'm talking about is this symmetrical measurement has hit its move. If it continues to go down, you have this previous resistance, which has now previous resistance, which was support. Let's see if it's support the next time. If that loses, then you got the 200-day moving average. All right. So to answer the question, has the S&P ended its uptrend or broken its uptrend? My answer to that is no. So the definition of an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows. Now you might be saying, well, look, this is a lower low. Well, to me, this is a minor low. Okay, and this is where a lot of people screw up and take ABC patterns and call them a change of trend. This is not a change of trend. First of all, this is a major swing low, in my opinion, and this for a number of reasons. First of all, it came from new highs. Second of all, it held previous resistance, now support. And third of all, and finally, it went to new highs from it. So that, in my opinion, is much more important. This low, I guess you'll have to use this candle, but you could just use this entire group here. And I don't know, I lost my drawing tools, otherwise I draw a circuit. Well, let me find them. Hang on. I don't want to bore everybody to death either. But okay, so that whole group there, and then you have this single low right here. It is, in my opinion, in the middle of a bigger picture. Now, one thing to understand, when a trend ends, it does not always lead to a reversal. A lot of people are like, well, the uptrend's over, now we have to go down. Yeah, no, absolutely not. When a trend ends, the market or whatever you're watching, if it's a stock or whatever, when a trend ends, we can now have sideways movement. We can reestablish the trend, or maybe we can reverse, right? The reversal patterns are the rarest types of patterns. A lot of people don't understand that. Right? It's continuation, consolidation, and then reversal. They are the rarest type, or the least frequent. I don't know if rare is the right word to use, but whatever it is, if this low gets taken out, I don't think, oh my goodness, that's the bear market signal. No, but the uptrend will be broken. And again, we could just reassert it and keep going up and continue going higher. That's fine, and the trend will be back on. Okay? Does that make sense? If it doesn't, you can always write to me at tiny@attackthemarkets.com. And by the way, if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up on YouTube because it helps list the videos and leave a comment, and that's all great. All right, and gets other people the chance to soak up my knowledge, right? If it moves up the rankings in YouTube, I'm being sarcastic, but please give me a thumbs up if you feel like it. Okay, very good. So the question now is, do we turn from here? As of right now, I don't really see a reason why we should turn from here. Okay, I didn't see. Friday was more of a consolidation day, even though you see there's some range to it. It's not like a narrow range candle, but it was still more consolidation. We didn't close far from where we opened. We are below this trend line, and we are below the 50-day moving average. But any bounce up here, I want to watch to see if we kiss that trend line and get right back through it, or if we kiss it and rotate back down. I think we're going to at least this level for support again. I think we also have a shot to get to the 200-day moving average. My opinion on the market has not changed. I still think we're overdone, and I still think we can get a pullback in size that a lot of people are not ready for. Do I think it's a new bear market? Absolutely not. Not enough evidence for me to make that claim, but that doesn't mean that we can't get a pullback, and I wouldn't be surprised if the whole rally since the election got taken out. I mean, it would be, look, if something happens and a big move is made against President Trump, that's going to be, it's going to add some volatility. It's also going to add a lot of opportunity here. So just something to pay attention to with that. All right, the Dow. Now, here's an ABC move where the C has extended. It's longer. I didn't draw lines here, but you can see it's longer than the A wave. So nothing's saying that we have to stay in this perfectly measured move, right? So the Dow came down to the 50-day moving average. It held the NASDAQ acting okay, held the 50-day moving average, possible small double bottom, or I like to call it more W when it's this small. But remember that NASDAQ was lagging for a little bit. Now it looks like it's holding up okay. Mid-caps, closed below the 200-day moving average twice last week, Thursday and Friday. See what it does from here. Again, has this trend broken? I don't know if that's the right word, but we want to see, do we consolidate here and continue, or do we remount the 200-day? What are we going to do from here? And then the Russell, which has been the weakest, also same situation, right? The bottom of this channel line, below the 200-day for a couple of days. What's going to go here? Are we just going to extend, or are we going to come up and consolidate and then keep going? Let me get through the indices Here is the semiconductors, if I get the right symbol. So the semiconductors came out the bottom of, let me get rid of this, came out the bottom of their bigger triangle, and now we're in a smaller triangle, so we want to watch which way it releases from here. Clad Tanker is the first stock, that's the bonus stock that I wasn't planned on talking about when I originally wrote the title slide. Anyway, it's consolidating right on its 200-day moving average. This is the location that you want to see. Which way is it going to go from here? I have no idea. But one thing I can tell you is it's not going to stay forever at the 200-day. Sure, it can stay there for a little bit. You can see there are times where Clad Tanker can go sideways for a while, even back here along the 200-day. But eventually, and I don't know how many days are in it eventually, we should get some movement. Now, if it comes out the upside, you got to watch that 50-day, then see if it can get to 100. But if it comes out the downside, it could be a nice short opportunity. All right, you got 88s down here, and then you got the 83s, which were previous resistance. So watch to see what happens here, because Clad Tanker could be one to watch. If we do the ABC deal here, the measure move here, making this A, then I'm going to create the parallel line is all I do. Yeah, it's bringing it down right to that area. So if this is going to be a big ABC down, it could get there. Here's NVIDIA, consolidating up here, still acting okay. Here's Intel. So Intel has been volatile. Hasn't been a big price mover, but look at the swings here. Right? That's for Intel, that's a little volatile, right? Overall, though, consolidating. Here's the banking index. Watch the 200-day moving average. Banks did not go to new highs like the broker-dealer did. I thought the banks were going to get there. Let's look at some individual stocks. Bank of America, watch the 200-day. JP Morgan, if I type it correctly, just closed below the 200-day. Here's Citigroup, just below the 50 down. JP Morgan, Citigroup just below the 50-day. Again, a change of trend, I don't know. So right now it's still in a pullback. Here's Northern Trust. This is interesting. It's consolidating also at its 200-day moving average. See which way it releases. Here's Goldman Sachs, looking at some brokers or capital markets. You can see here it's kind of shimmying up around the 50 and the 200-day moving average. See what it does here. If it loses 220, look for a move back down to here, down to the 210 area. But if it can reverse from here, then we want to see if it tests this high up here at 235.83. Let's look at the biotechs real quick. Yeah, the biotechs have the divergence up here, and now you got a possible little double bottom /W, but if it loses this, you got the move down here to the 3600s. You want to watch there. You're looking at a stock like Biogen, right on the 200-day moving average. Gilead had a nice pop up off of the lows here, but watch the 50 and the 200-day moving average. Let's look at some Glamour stocks. Amazon, watch 950, because if we lose 950, this could go back to the 200-day moving average. I know everybody's talking about Bezos was the richest man, and then after that, okay, whatever. I think he's going to one day be the richest man in the world. First of all, because Gates has given stuff away, right? But also because I just think Amazon is amazing, how they are completely, utterly dominating multiple industries here, and they're just going to continue, right? Continue to take over the world. Of course, there is always the chance that the government breaks them up, or at least tries to break them up, etc. All right, Alphabet. More of a sideways consolidation. Could be a double top here. You got a gap to watch in the 895 area, then the 200-day moving average would be next. The Apple is consolidating, doing okay up here, but again, watch to see which way it releases. Facebook, I think looks the best out of the stocks I've been showing, out of these quote-unquote glamour stocks. In a bull flag here, again, it's only good, right? It's only more than just artwork if it confirms and breaks out. If not, it falls out, then watch this gap fill right here, and then watch the 50-day, okay? Just because it's in a nice pattern doesn't mean it's going to go the way of the setup, okay? How about like a Netflix? Yeah, back down to the 50-day moving average, or a Tesla, and more sideways and consolidating. I mean, I guess not sideways, more of a triangle here. Let's see if I could do this, Okay. How about gold? Well, when there is the threat of instability and there's worry, there's the flight to quote-unquote safety. It's also been a reason for why you've seen cryptocurrencies getting a lift too. People are thinking that's the safe way. Again, I'm going to hold off on my commentary on that. But you see gold came up here and reversed, so it did not get above these last two highs here. That's something to pay attention to. Miners did not get above 24. My good friend Mike Swanson always says, watch for GDX to get over 24 for people to start getting interested in the miners. Here's oil. So oil pulled back to the 50-day, had a nice reversal there, but like I said last week, still ping-pong between the 50 and the 200-day moving average. TLT, a lot of people are calling for a rally in the bonds. Maybe we're going to launch off of this, but I don't. Right now, I say wait for the momentum and look to get on the first continuation pattern. All right, so two stocks to watch this week. Scientific Games, nice pullback here after this big push up. Watch the 20 EMA to hold. If not, you got the 50-day, but wait for confirmation here. And then Grubhub. Nice bull flag, nice push up, bull flag here. Watch the 20 EMA if it continues to correct, but if it confirms, look for this to go to new highs, head into the 60s. Again, the market, I think it's going down to this previous resistance that was tested as support. However, we do have a measured move, so perhaps it could turn. We have a lot of instability going on here, especially in the government, especially surrounding President Trump. So let's see how that plays out. But there is opportunity here. We are starting to see a little pickup in volatility, especially after everybody was complaining how dull that was. Starting to get undull. Let's look at the VIX. I haven't looked at undull. Is that a word? So the VIX, you can see, I mean, still crazy, right? Still under 20 and everything. Despite what people will tell you, there is no set number. But look at this. Look at these lows under 9. I mean, crazy. I don't know if they were all-time lows or just the lowest level in a long. It looks like it could be all-timers. Let's see. Monthly. It's close. It's close. But, you know, volatility is mean reverting. So periods of low volatility followed by periods of high volatility in order to get the average. And relative speaking, the volatility is picked up, but we could see this go into the 20s and the 30s, and that's a sign of a nice increase in volatility. If you liked what you heard, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the list at attackthemarkets.com. Write me directly at tiny@attackthemarkets.com with any questions you might have. Look forward to talking to you via the intra-week emails, or I'll see you on next week's video. Have a great trading week.